The following is a fan-based discussion, and all materials being discussed are owned by Toei and Super Productions. I claim no ownership to the materials being discussed and is purely fan opinion.
Hi everybody and welcome back to another TFX top 10 video. Last time I did a top 10 on Kamen Rider openings, so this time I'm doing one on Super Sentai openings, cause Sentai has its fair share of good/amazing openings. As usual, honorable mentions first. But this time it will be slightly different compared to my usual top 10 videos because normally I would talk about 3 honorable mentions. However, there are more Super Sentai seasons than either Kamen Rider or Ultraman. More seasons mean more openings, and the more options you have, the more difficult it is to decide on what you would put in your top 10. So instead of the usual 3 honorable mentions, I'll be mentioning 5 for this one. Without further ado, let's get into this. I will admit, I wasn't the biggest fan of this opening when this show first aired, but it has grown on me. It is a catchy song. Go, winner, number one. Go, winner, number one. When I see the Ghost just clapping, I just can't help but also clap along. I like how energetic this opening is, and it's definitely a fun song. Something I also liked about this is the visuals. Specifically the part where the Gozujas place the cardboard cutouts and then it swaps them into the cardboard cutouts. That was dope. Just like how I mentioned in my first impressions video, Gozu Unicorn doing the dance in skirts and heels will never not be awesome. This opening has grown on me, but not exactly enough for it to be top 10 for me at least. Next. From that clip alone, it's pretty obvious what the theme of Time Ranger is, if the name of the show wasn't already clear enough. This opening is great. The lyrics do a great job of portraying the show's theme of time travel and the idea of finding your own destiny to change your future, aka go beyond the future. It's also a very catchy song, and hearing this song just gives you a sense of adventure, an adventure across time. Next honorable mention. Want to listen to something that is hopeful and positive? Well then, Go Sage's opening is a good option. This opening sets the tone for the show very well. Go Sage is a Sentai season that just oozes positivity. The positive tone really fits with the angel theme of Go Sage because the heroes are guardian angels who are fighting for a better tomorrow and won't give up till the last second. Literal last second. This song just gives you a sense of hope whenever you listen to it, and I like that. Next. This song is just a bop. Like you play this song and you can't help but just bop to it. The song's energetic and catchy nature just grabs your attention every time. It also gives you a sense of youthful energy, which just gets you excited every time. And the lyrics capture the electronic theme of this show, which makes sense with the heroes being high schoolers. Now, the last honorable mention. This opening is just fun, which really fits with the show as a whole. It's catchy, you can see that from the clip I played, and the energetic nature really captures the high energy of the show itself, especially when it comes to the characters. The lyrics itself also captures the ninja theme very well. Now, the reason why a majority of these are in honorable mentions instead of the main list is simply because I don't like these as much as what I have in my main list. That being said though, my top 10 may not necessarily be in the order listed, except for my number 1, which I am sure of. I try my best to rank the other 9 in order of preference, but it's very difficult since each song is great for different reasons, so it may not reflect my actual preferences. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get into the top 10, starting with number 10. This opening, along with the visuals, gives you the feeling of soaring through the skies, which makes sense given the name of this show and the bird aesthetics of the suits. Despite the show being extremely dark, this song is very energetic and uplifting, which I get that a lot of Toku openings are like this, but this opening just works. Not to mention it's super catchy, like just with the clip I've shown, you can't help but to instantly get hooked. On to number 9. I remember back in high school, I used to listen to this opening a lot. Of course, it's partially because I wasn't as big of a Toku fan back then as I am now, but Gonger was one of the first Sentais that I have seen, and this opening is just so much fun. I had a blast every time I listened to this song. It's upbeat and so much fun, which definitely fits with the more light-hearted tone of Gonger. The melody and lyrics of the song are catchy, they're memorable, and they're just so easy to sing along to. I really like this opening. Alright, number 8. This opening is one of the most badass openings in Sentai history, which makes perfect sense given that Ranger is martial arts themed, specifically Chinese Kung Fu. The visuals are so dynamic, and the way the opening starts, which is shown in the clip I just played, is so catchy. It immediately grabs your attention. This song has so much energy, which captures the theme of this show very well, that you also want to bop and dance to this opening. It's been quite some time since I watched Ranger or listened to this opening, so the fact that I still remember it just goes to show how memorable it is. Number 7. I really like this opening, and it's not just because of nostalgia or the anniversary aspect of this show, which is really apparent from the visuals. This song is not just catchy, let's go, Kaija. The energy in this and the lyrics really help to give you a sense of adventure, which makes sense since the heroes of this season are space pirates. The lyrics, specifically the part that I just played, works so perfectly, which I also just sang, that you can sing along to this pretty easily, and that's great. Number 6. Kaku Ranger Ninja Ninja. Unlike every other opening that I've already mentioned or will mention later in this video, I have not seen Kaku Ranger at all as of the time of this recording. However, when I first listened to this opening, I was hooked. The song is catchy, has high energy, and is fun, which is what I've heard about in terms of how people describe Kaku Ranger as a show. The use of a shamisen helps to enhance the traditional aspects, which again works very well since the theme of this show is ninjas, and ninjas are a traditional part of Japanese history. It's just great. Now, on to number 5. 1. Emergency. 2. Deca Ranger. 3. Action. 4. Perfect. 5. Get on. I'm sorry, that part of the opening is just so memorable. I love this opening with the fiery passion of 1,000 burning suns, which can also be used to describe the way our heroes act in that show. Despite Deca Ranger being a police sentai, the song still manages to be extremely catchy and fun without being overly serious, which I like quite a bit. The lyrics do a great job of capturing the idea of the heroes being police officers. The high level of energy in this opening helps to show a strong sense of justice and the idea of justice prevailing against evil. So good. This opening is great. Alright, on to number 4. Let's go for it. This opening goes hard, especially with the way it starts off as shown in that clip. I remember when I first watched ToQger, I would constantly listen to the full version of this song because of how hype it is. And every time you hear it, you can't help but punch something. Of course, I don't listen to it as much nowadays since I've seen more Sentai seasons from when I first finished ToQger to now. Also, the guitar work and the music itself. It just gives the feeling of a moving train, which works perfectly for this show since this show's theme is trains. It's so fun, which once again is right for this show due to the imagination aspect. I love this opening. Number 3. Samurai Sentai Shinkenja Abare. From what I remember, this is the first Sentai opening I ever listened to, and this was back when I was a kid. Well, specifically when I was back in primary school. Of course, I think very highly of this opening, not just because of nostalgic reasons. The traditional Japanese elements and the powerful vocals really help to capture the samurai theme and the traditional aspects of this show, because this show is extremely traditional. The lyrics contain Japanese concepts like Bushido, which again appeals to the samurai theme, and it really gives you the sense that the main characters are samurais fighting for a better world. The start of the opening really gives you the feeling of clashing swords, along with the high energy and catchy lyrics. This is one of the more iconic and one of the most goated openings in Sentai. Alright, on to number 2. King of Kings. King Oger is a Sentai that I've watched semi recently, like it's one of the more recent Sentais that I have seen, and this opening is such a banger. The pacing in some parts is so much faster compared to many other Sentai openings, which I like. The visuals in this one really resembles an anime opening, which I'm not complaining. The visuals are beautiful and I love it. The guitar sound you clearly hear at the beginning of the song makes this opening sound badass. And I really like it because King Oger is an amazing season in itself, and this opening is one of the reasons why. Also, an opening that doesn't have the team name in it, that's rare, and I mean very, very rare. However, as much as I love this opening, it was still beaten by number 1. It's not just because Loopad is my favorite Sentai of all time. This is a concept that they've never done since Loopad, in terms of both the show itself and the opening. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When I first listened to this opening, I never in my life would have thought that this would become my favorite Sentai opening. The two different songs, two different singers, one for each team, it just meshes so well together. I have listened to these songs individually, like these two songs individually, and I'll say this by themselves, while they aren't bad, they don't sound nearly as good compared to when they're played together like this. The lyrics and the way the two songs overlap each other really shows the rivalry between the Lupin Rangers, who are phantom thieves, and the Pata Rangers, who are the cops, which works since it is a versus style season. This opening really gives you the feeling that the two teams are trying to fight each other for control. This is the Sentai opening that I listen to the most. It's extremely unique, which makes it very memorable. As such, this is without a doubt my favorite Sentai opening of all time. That just about wraps up my top 10 Super Sentai openings. As I said earlier, this doesn't completely reflect the order that I would put them in. It was already difficult enough picking 10 openings since there are 49 Super Sentai seasons, and not to mention we have Go Busters and Gozuja, which both have 2 openings, even though Gozuja's second opening was only played in 1 episode. I try my best to place them in order of preference, and this is what I got. Anyways, do you agree with my choices? And if you disagree, feel free to comment down below what your top 10 Sentai opening picks are. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on my social. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everybody!